All right, everybody, how are we doing today? Welcome back to another episode of the Robbie Basel Show. Today is April 30th, the final video of the month of April. First off, to start the video today, ton of announcements to start. First of all, thank you to everyone who tuned into any part of the NFL draft that I hosted on this channel. Any of the three parts here. I see a shout out to Ben Gans. He was one of the few people that stayed with me the whole night of the 4.5 hours on this channel. And then shout out to everybody who watched the two parts of Into the Stands. I streamed the NFL draft for almost 9 hours. It was crazy. It was a lot of fun though. Just getting to talk a lot of random stuff, and you'll see some Instagram stuff come up on Into the Stands here. I believe we'll be doing something from on here as well. Maybe from what the next video is going to be, because there's a big opening for that. We might stream on Friday. I don't know yet. I'm debating about it. Okay, there's a very good reason for that. I'll address in a moment, but. Big thank you to everyone who tuned into all the parts. It was such a fun time, and next year hopefully we'll be doing the WIUR draft again. Here I don't know, but day two was long. It was maybe if I watch it with somebody. If you want me to do it next year, let me know. Also, I might do it for the NBA draft. So. There's still more to come regarding drafts and stuff. Additionally, shout out to everyone who gave me for all the words of encouragement through all the broadcast stuff I've done this year. The last broadcast was Sunday. I was able to do some sideline reporting. You'll see some clips of that on my Instagram with a new post that comes out this week. So make sure you're following the @rbasel_11 Instagram so you do not miss that post that comes out this week. And yeah, that's all the announcements regarding the socials. Additionally, upcoming videos. This week, we are almost at the 1 year anniversary of this channel. It is insane. The fact that I'm even sitting here and telling you, after everywhere we've done this, I've been able to do this thing. From my grandma's house to Atlanta, Georgia, to where else did we do this? My room, the office downstairs in my house, this dorm, the other dorm, and I'm probably missing somewhere else that we did, right? Atlanta was crazy that I was even able to do that show in Atlanta. And it was off like some of the weirdest sports too. Tennis was a big protagonist, and the Gold Cup were a big protagonist for that. It's been crazy. The ride's been crazy, and you will see more content on this channel in the future. Yes, I'm trying to possibly get something together over the summer. I'm just not sure what sport I would do it for yet. But some upcoming videos to watch out for. Euros predictions, Copa America, what else is going on? What else am I forgetting? We'll figure it out. Well, I'll probably do a guess for the MLB first half. We'll probably do a guess for something else. Maybe we do a watch along of the United States' matches in the Copa America. I don't know. So if you guys have any ideas for topics you want me to talk about, hit me up in the comments, Instagram, whatever. Because I will listen to you guys and all that fun stuff. And there will be a video, of course, this week. I don't think there will be a video at the start of next week because that is where all my finals are. So don't quote me on it yet, but there probably will not be a video at the start of next week. It's only the fourth time you'd miss a video the entire time I've done this channel, which is, one, ridiculous. You would think I'm crazy on how much I dedicate myself to doing this stuff. But, yeah, there will be likely no episode early next week. Late next week, there will definitely be an episode. Because I'll be home, and I'll be able to do more content for you guys. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video. I know my intro has been long. I will shut up now and talk about sports for once. We're going to talk about 2 sports today. We're keeping it short, keeping it brief. We're doing NFL Draft, the Premier League, Champions League, because it's all kicking off this week. Friday, Formula One comes back into discussion with Miami, and we have a bunch of other stuff to talk about entering Miami, and some other sports, of course. But let's go over the NFL draft. It was what a night it was. The first night we did it on WIUR with Cameron Woolley, Luke Dolan, and of course we Christian Eastlake at the beginning. Part 1, the links to at least one of the streams is going to be in the description. I just don't know what part it's going to be yet, or both parts. I don't know. I still have to figure all that out because I don't usually decide on that stuff till after the video is done. But what a night it was! And just for reference, I got the first six picks right on my mock draft this year, which is way better than last year. Because last year we got one. And it was not a very good selection. So, let us go over every pick of the first round. We're not going to break down every pick. We'll just list you the picks and give you your biggest winners and losers of the first round, according to me. Because here we do things a little bit differently. And yeah, let's just get this started. So the first pick was Caleb Williams, no shocker there. Then we had Jaden Daniels, which is a good pickup by Washington. Drake May went to New England. Marvin Harrison went 4th, solid pick by Arizona. They went best available. Joe Alt actually did go to the Chargers, which made me feel very good inside because I actually got that pick right. And then Malik Neighbors went to the Giants. And then everything started kicking up behind. J.C. Latham, who I didn't have going until the middle towards the end of the first round, he went 7th to the Titans. Michael Penix went to the Falcons. I still can't wrap my head around that. And then the Bears followed it up by picking Rome Odunze. 10th was J.J. McCarthy after the Jets traded down, and I thought they screwed it up and traded away the 10th pick to go down to 23, and I was like, if you watch the WIUR stream, for how long it was loading for them to say Jets have the 11th pick, I was panicking. But the Vikings did pick J.J. McCarthy. Olu Fashanu went to the Jets. I can say that name right. Bo Nix then went to the Broncos. Brock Bowers to the Raiders. Talis Fuago, I still can't say that name right, which is concerning, went to the Saints. And then we finally decided to see some defense picked up with Laitu Latu went to the Colts. Byron Murphy II went to the Seahawks. Vikings trade up again. They get Dallas Turner. Armarius Mims goes to the Bengals. Jared Verse goes to L.A. Troy Fautanu goes to the Steelers. Chop Robinson heads to the Dolphins. Quinion Mitchell goes to the Eagles. Brian Thomas goes to the Jags after they traded up. Lions, who after they traded down, I believe, no. Yeah, they traded down, or someone traded down. Actually, Jags traded down. Lions moved up. Lions got Terry and Arnold. Jordan Morgan went to Green Bay. Graham Barton went to the Bucks. Darius Robinson went to the Cardinals. Bills trade down with the Chiefs. You'll see that reaction later. And the Chiefs get Xavier Worthy. Tyler Guiton goes to the Cowboys. Nate Wiggins to the Ravens. Followed by Ricky Pearsall and Xavier Legette, finishing the first round. Winners and losers of round 1 first. Biggest winner, the Bears. Da Bears, as Caleb Williams would say. I know that's cringe. Don't clip that. They win this, 100%. They get the top 3 receiver in the draft and the best quarterback in the draft. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. No question there. They're going to be one of the bigger winners. They get their new face of the franchise, possibly, and they get a receiver to pair with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. So you have not 1, not 2, but 3 guys who are capable of getting a 1,000-yard season on your team. That's pretty solid. Another big winner, New York Giants. I was very happy that they were able to get Malik Neighbors. They didn't have to do anything. They played it safe. And we all know about the rumors they had with J.J. McCarthy, but like Adam Schefter said, they opted to go a different direction, and they picked Malik Neighbors. Love that. I don't know whether they called Minnesota. I'm going to put this as a neutral one with Minnesota, because I don't like that they picked J.J. McCarthy, because it's not He's not that good. But trading him to get Dallas Turner saves their rating for me. They went out and went neutral. The Eagles are going to be a winner. Quinion Mitchell's a stud. Great pickup there. The Jags getting Brian Thomas I thought was interesting, but they needed a receiver to pair with Christian Kirk. They go out and get Brian Thomas. I think it's a great pickup, especially being out of great school for wide receivers at LSU. Who else is a big winner? Who wants to be a winner? Ooh, Cardinals. The top four, they all win because they all got the player they wanted. Essentially, they all got the player they wanted. Patriots especially, they didn't trade down. They didn't do anything stupid. They did everything right, and they picked at 3. The losers. There are a couple of them. The biggest loser, I am going off public appeal for this, is the Falcons. Again, we didn't like the Bijan pick last year, but it worked. This time, with a new head coach, they picked Michael Penix. Look, I get this if it's like a 2-year deal for Cousins and you're paying him no money. But like, what the frick? What are we doing, guys? Like, hello? What? Like, is there like release clause in the contract that he's gonna get released in a couple of years? Like, what the frick is this? What are we doing? Falcons, hello? Do you have a pulse? They're trying to fly into the wind like a real falcon, but they're crashing down. Jeez. Like a bird shot out of the sky. What the heck was that? They had all this hope for the entire draft. They could have gotten Dallas Turner, Latu. Hell, they could have picked a receiver in Adunze, because why not? And all their hope was going up, and then came crashing down, picking Michael Penix. I think I was totally wrong. The Raiders are a loser for me because they have, was it Michael Mayer? Is that what the name is? I think that's what the name is. They picked a position of not much need. They should have gone defense, traded down. I don't know. I know they were probably high on Nix and Penix, but they both went right before them, and they got screwed. And they went best on the board and at a position they don't need. What the heck was that? Figure it out. Any other notable losers here? I don't know what Green Bay is trying to do, but they're just they sold because I know they probably wanted Kool-Aid McKinstry, but they didn't get Kool-Aid McKinstry, so they got no secondary help. The Niners are a loser because I don't know I didn't like Ricky Pearsall that much. I know I didn't get to talk about him on the draft preview. I didn't like Ricky Pearsall very much. I don't know if it's the right type of receiver that the Niners wanted. We all know they were shopping Ayuk, allegedly, or Debo, but I don't know. I just don't know. The Bills, I know a lot of people want me to talk about the Bills. I have the Bills in like a neutral category, okay? I know they traded down with the Chiefs. I know they traded with the Chiefs. I know they traded again. But they got a better receiver than what the Niners got, and arguably what the Panthers got in Keon Coleman. I know he's a little bit slow, but 6'3", 213 for a physical receiver who's ranked, I had it going in the first round. That's a pretty good pickup. I don't know if I had the Bills actually picking Keon Coleman, though. Did I have the Bills picking Keon Coleman? You see, this is what I love. I don't even know why I had them taking. I'm taking Adonai Mitchell. Sure. I had the Ravens taking Keon Coleman. That works. Also, I don't know what the Ravens won secondary with Wiggins. Sure. Who else is playing receiver besides... I know they re-signed Rashad Bateman. I know they did that. But don't you need someone a little bit better than Rashad Bateman? And you had a chance with Adonai Mitchell, who fell a lot. The Ravens... I don't know. But another weird winner from this... I have Indianapolis. They get Justin Neal on edge. They make arguably one of the bigger steals of the day. The entire thing by having a chance to go out there and draft Adonai Mitchell at 52. Great move. I mean, he's 6th ranked receiver, 88 overall grade. That's awesome. Like, vertical threat pairing with Pittman with the guy with the arm of AR-15. I like it. I really like it. They did that well, but I'm going to go with, who do I think is my steal of the draft? Where are the Packers? They drafted someone I really like. I just got to find out where they are when they picked this dude. It's a linebacker that went to the Packers. Where was it? You see, I watched this thing for so long, I have no idea when this pick was. I don't know. The Packers. There he is. Edgerrin Cooper. Number 1 ranked linebacker, went 45th to Green Bay. I loved him. Pairing with Quay Walker, or whoever the hell you want to put back there. 6'2", 230, physical linebacker. I love it. I think he's a stud. Best linebacker in the draft. He went high for a reason. Adonai Mitchell, you could say, is the steal of the draft. The Jets had a good steal, picking Malachi Corley. I know the Jets were high on him. They traded up to pick him at 65. Let's talk about the Jets, actually, because I haven't had a chance to talk about them yet. What do I think of their draft? I was very nervous that they were going to trade all the way down to late in the first round. But they got Olu Fashanu, who I don't know if people really liked because it wasn't the sexy pick. Yeah, let's go take Brock Bowers. We don't need Brock Bowers. Who throws to a tight end now? It's concerned like how the Falcons use Kyle Pitts. I don't want Kyle Pitts on this team. They go out, you get the position of need, you draft Malachi Corley. But let's look at what else the Jets did in this draft. We're not going to be able to show it to you because of how many ads there are on the screens. But the New York Jets, as a whole, they didn't really mess it up. They got Fashanu, they got Malachi Corley, they drafted Braylon Allen, who I think is a good pickup at running back. And then they drafted Jordan Travis, which I'm like, hell yeah. Jordan Travis? Sure. I thought he was going to go in the 6th or 7th round. Got him in the 5th. Love the pickup. They drafted another running back because why not? And then they drafted a dude from the Canadian League, Quantez Stiggers, who was a compensatory pick from San Francisco. Ranked 272nd. Screw it. 5th round pick. Love it. And then they drafted Jalen Key with the Mr. Irrelevant pick. So you already know he's going to be a stud. I like it. I think they could have done more. I know people wanted them to pick a tight end. They didn't pick a tight end. 2 running backs, so that was weird, especially with Abanikanda, who I'm still a fan of. Of course, you have Breece Hall. So, I don't know. It's a interesting draft. I'm going to grade it B-. Screw it. B-. First 2 picks are the only picks of real relevance, and everyone else, other than Jordan Travis, because he's going to be the 3rd string. Hopefully he comes back healthy and actually plays more than Tyrod Taylor. I wouldn't mind it. I like Jordan Travis. I like what he did in college. But yeah, Jets, decent draft. But yeah, biggest losers, Falcons. Biggest winners, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it again, damn it. The Bears. I'm like Caleb now. I actually can say it pretty decent. That is pretty cringe. We'll never do that again. To the sporting world of the other type of football. Because the draft was... I talked about it enough. You know what? Are any other notes to talk about? Chris Harris retired, which is which is kind of sad. And I think it was Zay Jones. Zay Jones was released by the Jaguars. Nothing else really of note. On to the next sport. To the UEFA Champions League, which starts today, and this video I don't think will be out before. We're doing that. Instead, we're doing the Premier League because that's what I clicked on first by accident. Guess we're doing the Prem first. Let us break down the games from the week, starting with Brighton. Actually, no, we're not going to start with Brighton. We're going to start with these games. United struggled against Sheffield. They did win 4-2. Liverpool. Hold on, chat. Hold on. I'm saying chat because I stream too much. Hold on. Well done. World class. I haven't seen an Arsenal collapse or a big enough choke like this in ages. Klopp farewell, 0 trophies. Love it. Perfect. Or likely 0 trophies because they're pretty much out of it. Liverpool went out and lost 2-0 to Everton. I think it's like the first time in a very long time Everton's won that match too, which is concerning as a whole for Liverpool. We'll talk about their new manager hire in a minute because there's a lot of like other soccer news that we're going to talk about later in the week because I want to have like the first half of the video be all about like news or whatever. But yeah, we'll talk about what happened with Klopp and Salah on the touchline in a minute. But Palace beat Newcastle, massive win for them. And then Bournemouth went out and beat Wolves 1-0. And then we have this game, which broke my heart. City beat Brighton 4-0. Kind of expected it, but yeah, 4-0. Unlucky. And then we had Saturday's fixtures. This is where it got really funky. West Ham drawing Liverpool. Liverpool have not won in a long time. West Ham gets a vital point in this stage in the season. Liverpool's done for this year, which sucks. But listen, it's now a 2-horse race again. And listen, I'm interested. I'm interested to see how Liverpool finishes the season. I don't know if they have the easiest schedule in the world. They did get a new manager to replace Klopp. It is Arne Slot from Feyenoord. I like it. Feyenoord has been... Listen, this is not Ten Hag. Like, I thought Arne Slot would have been better at United years ago, but they say Slot is going to be named as the new head coach rather than manager, which I feel like is why. You're going to do Klopp well, okay. But it's like, why? Because, like, at the end of the day, really think about it. A manager's a manager. You don't see teams that have had incredible managers in the past just say, yeah, we're not calling them the manager anymore. We didn't see that when someone like Arsene Wenger left Arsenal. Mikel Arteta's the manager. Jose Mourinho, Guardiola. I don't know if they're going to do that with Ancelotti at Real Madrid. Barca's never done it. Why? Liverpool thinks they're that special and not possibly not call him the manager, but head coach. What is this? The MLS? Speaking of, we'll talk about that story in a minute. Next, we'll talk about now. Premier League possibly looking into making a salary cap. Fix FFP. Don't shoot the salary cap is the dumbest thing they can do. Because they're gonna definitely. I just don't like it. Don't learn from the Americans. The Americans screwed it up and made the salary cap. That would be the dumbest thing to do for the Premier League if they made a salary cap. Because it's not a sport that should have a salary cap. Fix FFP for the big clubs instead of making the salary cap. Make it harsher for the big clubs than make a salary cap. Because it still affects the lower rate teams. I know the Premier League's going to screw it up. Back to the matches. Fulham drew Palace, that's such a Fulham Palace type of game. We'll talk about the third game in a second. Sheffield United is now officially relegated. GG's to Sheffield. But we'll have to say their goodbyes. Wolves beat Luton, which sucked. Everton secured safety. Hold on. Another applause to Everton for securing their safety. They deserve it. They should not be in this battle at all. And listen, fair play to them. They can't be relegated. Congratulations to Everton. They don't deserve to be relegated at all. And then Aston Villa concluded the week by drawing Chelsea. Terrible result for Villa, by the way. Great. Chelsea, that's a Chelsea. I think Chelsea will take that result. And then Sunday. Oh, wait a minute. We've missed a game. You know, they say, oh, how the mighty have fallen. The fact that this game even happened at 1-1 is hilarious. United fans complaining for penalties, coming out with all of these excuses. Let me teach you a lesson real quick, Manchester United fans. How Burnley? Listen. Okay. If you drew, like, I don't know, who's better than Burnley? West Ham. Okay. If you draw Arsenal to very soon, when you play them at Old Trafford in very soon. Okay. You won't be complaining. You deserve to complain if there's a missed call. Maybe even if you draw like Tottenham, Chelsea, go more down the table. If you draw Wolves, because of the way they're playing, it's not the worst result ever. But the complacency, Burnley, inexcusable. How do you expect you to be taken seriously by drawing Burnley at home? How? You can make an excuse for a penalty. You can make reasons for a possible penalty at the end. This is ridiculous that you're even in this situation. Drawing Burnley is one of the worst things you could have done. And now my Wi-Fi is down. Listen, if anything ever goes out, GG's to the Wi-Fi. Don't put it. The Wi-Fi will be fixed, hopefully more stable. When actually, no, I don't even know. Is it gonna be more stable in my house? No idea. Back to this. United's complacency, stupid. Because you should have won this game like 3-0. You're playing Burnley. You could have relegated them essentially with a win. But no, you draw Burnley, are this complacent. Like, this is ridiculous. Get them off my screen. Get them off the screen, damn it. Get them off the screen. Bournemouth beat Brighton. Great win for them. 3-0. Well-deserving win for Brighton. Well done, guys. Listen, Brighton is sliding. Bournemouth, who I did not have very high this season, on the up. Good job, Bournemouth. Well-deserved victory for Bournemouth. Nottingham Forest got beaten up by Man City, although it was only 2-0. And then we have this shenanigans. The fact that... let's talk about it. The game started with Højbjerg getting an own goal, and then Tottenham may have been robbed of a possible penalty. Arsenal go on the counter. Kai Havertz with the greatest pass he's ever made in his life finds Bukayo Saka, left foot shot into the bottom left corner. Golazo 2-0, and then Kai Havertz nets a third of a good assist from Declan Rice. It's 3-0 at the break. This was around when I had to do the broadcast, so I was getting ready for it. Then we saw an Aaron Ramsdale turnover with Raya. He gives it right to Christian Romero. Romero slots it home. It's 3-1. I leave. I'm listening to the game, and Tottenham win a penalty. Son Heung-min, one of the better penalty takers that I know of, slots it home. It's 3-2. Game finally ended. It is Spurs 2. Yeah, Spurs 2, Arsenal 3. I'll take it. Listen. Okay. It's not the best result from Arsenal. First half, great. Second half, awful. But they were still able to get it done. Could have parked the bus, could have done anything. But I don't know what the Arsenal reaction has been to the Raya turnover. If this was Ramsdale, they would be killing this man. But for Raya, I just feel like there's so much more sympathy towards David Raya for the season he's had. I don't think he deserves that type of praise. Because Arsenal's back four is the reason that Raya has looked so good. With the center of halves of Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White, who has looked awesome recently. He's in awesome form. And next year, the defense is going to look even better when Jurrien Timber comes back. Which, speaking of Jurrien Timber, banging goal against in that under 23s game. Just saying. But yeah, Arsenal get 3 points. They look terrible doing it, which sets our table to look like this. Arsenal remain top of the league with one game at hand, with one more game played, excuse me, and that loss to Villa may have costed them their season in the end. Man City, after playing no real teams, has decided to now play Wolves. Because why not? They play the next Liverpool, just because they can't win a game anymore. They've won only one of their last 5, which, by the way, who was that one against? Fulham. But they've decided to lose to Crystal Palace, Everton, draw West Ham. They draw United. That's not the worst result ever. They have fallen out of the race. Villa remained 4th despite only winning 2 of their last 5, albeit it was against Arsenal and Bournemouth. They did lose to City 4-1, and they drew Brentford and looked bad doing it. Their defense is like really shaky in games they don't have control of. Like, think about it. They've conceded 4 to City, 3 to Brentford, and 2 to Chelsea. They play Brighton next. Tottenham play Chelsea next. We'll talk about that game in a minute. They are 2 games at hand against Aston Villa. And Spurs, possible top 4 still, but they're going to need a lot of help in doing it. United sit 6th, followed by Newcastle United, West Ham, Chelsea, Bournemouth, who are on the rise after winning back-to-back, being Wolves and Brighton after that terrible run of form, including losing to Luton Town. Wolves finally break out of their awful form after losing to Arsenal, Bournemouth, West Ham, and then drawing Nottingham Forest. They grabbed the big win. They're up the table. But the big ones down here. This is where the race is now. One spot for safety to be battled between 3 teams. And all of the teams will be hoping for one specific result. That will be the help by Sheffield United. Sheffield United, who have had one of the worst defensive seasons ever. Look at that defense. 97 goals conceded. They've conceded 13 goals to Newcastle alone. 13 to Newcastle. Okay, I'm done ranting about Newcastle. They've only gotten 1 point in the last 5. And they'll be the only ones who will give Burnley or Luton Town hope. Luton plays Everton, which that's going to be fun. We'll talk about that more on Friday. And then Burnley plays Newcastle in a game they have to win to stay alive. More or less, they have to win. They are coming off that remarkable win against Sheffield, and they've gotten points in 4 of their last 5, including points against Wolves, Brighton, Sheffield, and Manchester United. They did lose to Everton already, but that's just unfortunate. And then Luton will be playing for their possible safety, needing to go out and beat Everton to really have a chance. That is all for the Premier League. On to the final topic of today's episode, and finally we get to talk about the champions. Hold on. It's not even set up. Oh, the share is not ready to go, but it's almost time actually in real time to talk about this game. Welcome to the Champions League semifinals. It is Bayern against Real Madrid. And the other match will be, I don't know where it is, Paris Saint-Germain and Borussia Dortmund. After Bayern, who are here after beating Arsenal, and Real Madrid, who are here after beating Man City. England is dethroned in the Champions League once again, because what else is new at this point? Bayern and Real Madrid. What do I expect? I expect this game to be very close, especially with it being at the Allianz Arena. I think Bayern are going to give Real Madrid problems in the first leg. Overall in the tie, I think Real Madrid should come out on top. They're the better team. They have much more quality. But Bayern are coming here with more to play for. They already lost the league to Bayer Leverkusen, who could have arguably one of the best German seasons of all time. They're going to come out with energy. I think Bayern either draw or possibly even win this game tonight. Okay, I think it's going to be close. It's going to be fun. Can't wait to watch it. I think that first leg is going to be extremely fun. And then the second matchup, Borussia Dortmund against Paris Saint-Germain. Similar story here. Borussia Dortmund, not in great form right now. Paris Saint-Germain won Ligue 1 all over the weekend. It's going to be fun. It's going to be competitive. I like this first leg to be a draw, and then eventually Paris Saint-Germain in one last dance with Mbappe, possibly one last dance with Mbappe to likely go out and eventually win this tie to set up what I believe will be a Real Madrid against Paris Saint-Germain final. But with some of these games, they can go a variety of ways. You can honestly expect someone like a Julian Brandt to go out there and bag 3 goals and win this game for Dortmund in the first half. That's very possible. For PSG, they can easily go out and bang 3 goals of their own. It's going to be fun. Big question for this game will be the defenses. Some of them have looked really shaky recently. I'm interested to see how both of them look as they go head-to-head. That game is tomorrow, but tonight if you're watching this in Europe, will be the matchup between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Enjoy the rest of the sporting week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Watch out for Major League Baseball. You can watch out for the Stanley Cup playoffs, the NBA playoffs. We'll break down more of it as the first rounds conclude very soon. We'll talk about it more in the coming days. But because of my schedule, because of everything else, that'll be the end of today's episode of the Robbie Basel Show. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. More recaps, more all of it on the 1-year anniversary show, which is actually will be. I don't even know if it's going to come out Friday or Saturday. Follow the Instagrams. Check all the links down in the description. But for now, Robbie Basel saying so long. See you guys at the end of the week. Enjoy the next couple of days. Goodbye, everyone.